Good morning everyone, it's Miss Lakha again, and I'm here this time with your reading lesson for Tuesday the 5th of January. Our strategies this week are questioning and making connections. So what does it mean to question and what does it mean to make connections when we are reading? So as you will all remember and are very aware, making connections is when you are looking at what you've read and connecting it to maybe something else that you've seen on TV, in a film, something else you may have read in another book, in an article, in a newspaper, or something that has happened, a real life event that's happened, or an event that may have happened to you personally. You may be able to connect what you're reading to your own life. So that is what making connections means. And questioning, we use our questioning stems to ask questions about the text, to explore it, to get a deeper understanding, to clarify, to see what's happening in the story or in the text in front of us. So in front of you there, you can see you've got your making connection stems and your questioning stems, and these are stems that will be helpful for you this week in your learning. We have the text that we'll be looking at this week. I know you've got it in your remote learning pack as well. So if you'll have to read through this text, and remember, the most important thing is when you're reading the text is to think about what is in front of you. So when you read the first section, Lindsay's story in County Down, once you read those 2 paragraphs, summarise it to yourself so you know exactly what you've read. And if there's anything you're unsure about, you can go back over it and read it. And then you can do the same for the last 2 paragraphs. So that will be your text for the week. Read it, go over it, and then you'll be able to answer the questions for today's lesson. Lesson is about looking at the words that were highlighted in yellow. And you're going to pick those out of the text. You don't have to do all of them. You may want to do all of them. You may only want to do 1 or 2. And you're going to make a vocabulary web. So remember, a vocabulary web includes your chosen word. So whatever word you've picked from the text that was in yellow, that word. And you're going to write the definition. So remember, to find the definition, we can use a dictionary. We can go on the internet and go into Google and have a search on an online dictionary. So that will be the definition. Then you will find synonyms. So remember, synonyms are words that are similar to the word that you've chosen. So you'll write down any synonyms. And again, we know where to find synonyms. We look in a thesaurus. And again, you can find them online as well if you are struggling to come up with some synonyms. Antonyms are the opposite of the word. So you will write down all the words that are opposite to the word that you've chosen. You will then use your word in a sentence, and you will then explain the meaning of the word in your own words. So you'll have your dictionary definition, but sometimes it's better if we come up with our own definition to really help embed that word into our minds so we really know what it means. You might want to draw a picture to help you define what that word is. And you might want to write down if it has any prefixes or suffixes attached to it. So remember, a prefix is something that goes at the beginning of a word. So for example, arrange, if your word was arrange, the prefix, we could put re at the front to make it rearrange. And then a suffix is a word, is a set of words that go after the word. So on this next slide here, of vocabulary web. So in the middle in that bubble in the cloud would be your word, and then you'd write the definition from the dictionary in your own words, your own definition, writing it in a sentence, using your synonyms and antonyms, drawing a picture, any prefixes or suffixes, and putting it into a sentence with speech if it could be used in that way. So this is a really nice vocabulary web kind of storyboard type that you could use You could copy this down, and you could do this for all the words that were highlighted in yellow. Just for the ones maybe you're struggling with, it's up to you. But I would really love to see these on our Zoom later. And I really hope to see some creative ones as well. You don't have to set it out like this. You can set it out in whichever way you feel necessary. But yeah, when you come onto the Zoom later on, it'll be really nice to see how you've displayed your chosen word or words. And this is a really good tool as well that you can keep for later on, when you come back to school, or when you go into year 6, even into secondary school, to help you remember vocabulary and to expand your vocabulary, because you're always going to be coming across words that you may not necessarily know what they mean. So this is a good way to build up a bank of words. So like I said, I look forward to seeing them on the Zoom later. Any questions, again, bring them to the Zoom, and I will talk to you all soon.